up, big boys? How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are great. I'm doing pretty great. If you're not doing great, I'm sorry to hear about that. How about a fun fact to make you feel better? Did you know? Not the first, but the second time that Family Guy got launched off the air, 100,000 people signed a petition. 100,000 people signed a petition to get it put back on the air. And Paul, yeah, now I'm talking to you because I know you're one of 100,000 people. Come on now. 100,000 people for the second time. If that's not dedication, I don't know what it is. But speaking of dedication, let's talk about that. Today's video, we will be talking about why music. Why music? Why music? Why music? Just that general question. Why music? And so this video will be geared towards new players, parents, old players, and people that are thinking about quitting. And so let's get into it. This video, why am I doing this video? Well, as a music performance major right now, I've really thought about, do I like my performance major? Do I really want to do this? What do I want to do for the rest of my life? Do I want to change my major? I had all these questions running through my head. And I sat down and I talked to somebody that I really admired, and I said, hey, I'm going through this crazy time. I'd love to hear you speak about this. I would love to hear your input. And after talking to them, I came up with my own list of why music. So let's get into some of them. Definitely, I would say that there are three big categories of why music. The social aspect, the financial aspect, and just the giving aspect, the feel-good aspect. So let's talk about the social aspect first. Social aspect. As a social player, as a performer, you will get out and you will experience the world. You're going to get to travel. You're going to get to see, to go places that you've never been. Definitely, even in middle school, even in high school, if you're dedicated and you're good enough, you're going to be able to go out into the country and play with these players that go to these other schools in other states, but you're going to know them. One of the most rewarding things and the coolest things, I would have to say, in my time at high school and middle school, one of my favorite experiences was going to Indianapolis. Whether it was for marching band or, a concert or whatever it shall be, I would see these young players or these old players. I would see these people that I knew. It was like, oh my God, I know them. But they would know me too. It was so cool. It was a social network that you get to build. And so as a young player, you're building the social network. As an old player, it is super cool. And I say old as an experience. Once you're getting older, it's all about networking. So definitely, it's super cool to see these people. Let me give you an example. When you're young and you play basketball, you look up to Michael Jordan. Oh my God, I want to meet Michael Jordan. Everybody has gone there. Everybody has said that. Well, my Michael Jordan, I've met them. I've met the people that I've looked up to. It's super cool. And there's always somebody new. There's always somebody new that you look up to and, oh my gosh, they're so cool. There's composers I've met that I looked up to. There were horn players that I've met that I looked up to. There was a trumpet player that I saw pick up his trumpet and play it upside down. That is the coolest thing ever. And I got to experience that. Why? Because of music. I love it. So you definitely travel with marching band. You're socially active and physically active. You talk to all these people. You go all over the country, hopefully. But you're moving all the time. You're doing two things. It's awesome. Next, the financials. You do get money. There are players that once they've made it big, make like $160,000 a year. That's outrageous. $160,000 to play French horn for the rest of my life. And I'm doing it for free in middle school. Like, you know what I'm saying? So once you're good, yeah, it is one of those jobs that you can make bank. There are broke people, though. Let's talk about that. Music ed. If you want to be music ed and you want to go into a band director, you have to remember that you are a band director. You are a teacher. You are not going to be making $160,000 a year. I'm so sorry to tell you. But it is rewarding because you are giving back to the community. And if you want to be a band director, you can still do these other jobs. You can go teach marching bands. You can go perform. You can go coach marching bands. You could go judge marching bands. It's not all about marching band. It just happens to be on the top of my mind right now. There are multiple things you could do. It's limitless. I don't think you can go and I don't know what is a limit. You can't be an astronaut if you're a band director. See, no, it's limitless. You could be both, double major. Next, giving back is definitely number 3. Giving back is in teaching, giving back is in performing, giving back is in anything you can do. It's super rewarding. Not only to see the joy on people's faces, but the sadness on people's faces. So, giving back, I can teach, I can perform, but I can also see people's emotions. And so music is a second language. And it's really cool. You know, when I meet these Japan students and they're talking to me, I'm like, oh, I don't know. But when they play something, I know exactly what they're talking about. Wow, that is so cool. And so, it's so cool. I can't express it enough. It's just cool to be able to have this secret language with somebody else, but know exactly what they're talking about. And yes, it is super fun to play super fast music and super exciting music, and to see my, family go crazy. Oh my God. But it's also really exciting when I can play something from my heart and my soul and then look up and see Big Dog crying. Like that is something that you cannot pass up. You, me, Ariel, Arnie, I played something that made you cry. It's just on another level. So definitely those are all the reasons why I love band. If you're a parent and you're wondering, those all sound great, but why do I have to pay $100,000? Whoa. I hope you're not paying $100,000. Why am I paying these thousands of dollars for my child to go, and do these things? And if you're a parent watching this, I will tell you, it is going to be expensive if you want your child to do great. Students, there are ways for you not to have to go and spend all this money, but you just have to remember that, parents and students, you have to remember that this is super competitive. And if you can spend the money that you have to invest in being great at this one task you will take anywhere. I always told my father, money-wise, with the money, there's scholarships. Obviously, we love scholarships. I remember all the time, it's like, oh, these basketball players coming and talking to me about getting full rides to these colleges. It's like, oh, why can't I do that? And so that was my plan. Right now, I don't owe the University of Kentucky a single dollar. I have all my college paid for. It's great. It is so awesome. It's also awesome to be able to brag about it. Like, hey, I'm so good that somebody will pay me to play for them. That is just something awesome. And definitely as a young student, as a young daughter, I forced my father into a lot of craziness that he probably didn't have to pay for. But I would sit on the couch and say, Pa, I need $500 to go to this thing. If you pay for it now, you won't have to pay for my college later. And I would seriously, that's how I thought. And now that it's later, I'm getting scholarships because I put in the work when I was younger. I put in the time, I put in the work. If you are a performer, if you're a French horn player, if you are any kind of musician, and you're wondering, I don't want to be a musician for the rest of my life, why don't I just quit now? You will literally translate anything you learned now to what you're doing later. So let's just talk about that real fast. I play French horn. I am trying to master the French horn. Obviously, I just want to be the best that I can be. That's the end bottom line. I want to be the best that I can be. But if I learn how to put the attention to detail, the attention, work ethic, all of that into playing French horn, which is very hard, let's just say. I would like to go ahead and say that. French horn is very hard. But if I can do that to that, think about a surgeon. I would definitely I would be a better candidate to not screw up than someone that didn't have the attention to details like I did. And so you gotta really think about that. If I learn to master this task, I can translate that to anything. And that's true with any single thing you do. So if you're just stumbling upon this video and you don't play music at all, you can take any simple task, knitting, shopping, any simple task. If you learn to master it, you can translate that to anything. Definitely, I do recommend music to anyone. Those are just some reason to continue. Thank you.